So as of recording, Norm Benning just had a Jordan Anderson type crash earlier today. I mean, it's black outside, so it's nighttime. But yeah, poor Norm, man. I thought he was actually going to do exactly what Anderson did in Talladega back in 21 or 22 was it? So glad that didn't happen. But nevertheless, here is Jordan Anderson's first ever runner-up, which is the number 3 Bommarito KSeal 2020 Daytona second place race version diecast. We also got the 2021 version. That's it. I said 2020, right? Anyways, there's also a 2021 version of this truck because he finished second again. He really liked doing that for some reason for 2 years. But at least we've got one that I would say this car actually looks a little bit better than the other one. So let's get this one out of the box. I hit the wrong button. Always do that now. Don't push the big button. Push the little button under the big button. Anyways, here it is out of the box, and I mean it looks pretty good. The matte coloring or the matte finish on this is a big seller for me, and it also doesn't look that bad of a race version. I can't say I'm gonna say race win at some point. I'm gonna be pissed at myself. It's not a race win. It's a race version. He finished second. It's like the Bubba car. A lot of the Daytona second places get produced rarely for some reason, but it's pretty clean. A couple little mini donuts and stuff, but otherwise not bad. We'll go over that later on though. So taking a look at the front hood, you got KSeal #1 coolant leak repair logo right there. Gander RV and Outdoors. Feels like forever since they've been the sponsor. They stopped in 21, I think, after 2021. I have it 2021 like right in front of me actually, and I can't read it. Where's another 2021 truck? Here it is. Can't remember. So 2020 was last year. The Gander was around then. Was Gander only 2019 and did they come in 2018? No, it was 2019 to 2020, I guess. Then Camping World. Now back to Craftsman. They gotta commit, man. All right. Anyways, front end got Chevrolet. No Silverado marking. Number 3. I'm assuming that is the Jordan Anderson logo down there. Sunoco, Goodyear, NASCAR Gander Outdoors Truck Series. I guess it's NASCAR Gander RV and Outdoors Truck Series, but everyone just says Gander Truck Series because it makes much more sense. Lincoln Welders, Holly, Tilton, Cosmetic. I don't know what that sponsor under the Lincoln Welders logo is, but it's something. And now it doesn't want to focus because it autofocused, and you know, why would it want to focus after that? A lot of contingencies on the B pillar. I'm not even going to read all those. That's way too many. Jordan Anderson on the roof rail. Number 3, Bommarito. Not merge, jeez. Clear up, I don't know anymore. There's a lot more logos on the quarter panel. I do see the Lucas Oil, Mechanics Wear, Icebox, FVP. Is that Global Industries logo? No. No, it's not. I don't know. We gotta go to the other side, take a look at these. There you go, that looks a little bit better, huh? No donuts on it, that's nice. Although it's like cut off. The Lucas Oil logo is just cut off there. It's ass oil now. Whatever the night is. Oh, is that Sexton Properties? Yeah, it is. Oh, okay. Santana Ferrucci sponsor. That's cool. Oh, my throat's like dry for some reason. There's just a lot of these sponsors. Jesus. CBRS, Capital City Towing, WCIparts.com, Night Fire Protection, Lucas Oil, KSeal, Anderson's last name, KSeal, Silverado, Chevrolet, number 3. Yeah, very, I bet you a lot of minor sponsors, but I miss those days because Jordan Anderson's a pretty well sponsored organization now, ever since they moved to Xfinity. I don't exactly know why he completely just ditched the truck team. I'm actually surprised about that. I thought he would have kept at least one truck, like part-time or something. Nope, he just, after 23, I think, or last year, I think. Maybe last year's the last year. But anyways, after that, he just said, screw it, that's it. Which is very surprising. I don't know why he did that, but it was probably financial stuff. You don't make that much in trucks. He probably makes a lot more doing the 2 Xfinity cars, or 2 or 3 cars now, than doing the trucks. So, yeah, good for him. Jordan's done actually pretty good with his brand, and I do like seeing a little under guy. That sounds right. That doesn't sound weird at all. What's the word I'm looking for? Underdog. There we go. Succeeding. It's always nice. This is the first Anderson truck I've ever gotten. Obviously, this was actually a bit of an issue when I was getting this one because I had a choice of all 3 Jordan Anderson. I'm just getting my air quotations going. Jordan Anderson trucks. They had the 2020, Daytona win. I told you I was going to do it at some point. Daytona race version. They had the 2021 Daytona race version. Funny enough, Corey Roper's Daytona version or truck never got made. Still kind of pissed about that one. Also, I don't know how he fumbled that. That was ridiculous. Anyways, not important. And then we also had the 2021 Roos brothers. But it was really just Bobby Roos, because I think, is it Roger the other one? I think he was just like a sponsor or whatever. I don't know, but anyways. But it still said Jordan Anderson on the truck. So I had no idea if it was actually a Roos truck or an Anderson truck on the last name. And I kind of wanted it to be an Anderson truck. If it did say Anderson, I didn't do too much research into it. I probably would have grabbed it, but at the same time, the I Love Mac and Cheese or I Love Cheese car truck just kind of looked weird. It did. I might be getting sick. This is a really dry cough. And I have water. I've been drinking water all day. But who knows? Anyway, let's try and get through this video. Anyways, it was kind of a debacle between the three. So I picked this one up. I don't regret it. This one looks the best with the OG sponsors of Bommarito, and then having like the Matt Crafted contingency front end, not contingency, but new sponsor every week front end. I don't think that's true, but for my sake it is. Anyways, what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, it was kind of just more better to have. The Swan Security was the 2021 truck, which was fine, but it kind of just felt too dark. Like it was just dark, this dark blue with all these areas, and a little less like blue instead of the orange area here. So I figured this was like kind of the best mix of both, and it still looks good. Like that looks like a good truck. It's simple, but it looks good. Most of the orange, but yeah, I'm glad I picked this one up. I don't think I'll ever really regret it too much, unless something magically happens with the value of those ones, and this one dramatically drops. I don't really have a value for this one. Got it for 10 Canadian off of Ken Racing, so I don't know. What is that? $8.50 USD? I have no idea. I wish I could do that conversion in my head. The amount of times I have to do it, to just be able to do that in my head somehow, would be like the greatest and coolest thing I'd ever be able to do. Like, I think that probably guarantees me graduation through this whole business program. No need to do 4 years, as long as you can memorize the US exchange rate of the dollar. Great. Anyways, that's it. That's all I've got. So I actually probably should cover the race damage, and actually if it's worth the value, maybe, huh? Because I did discuss that. Anyways, let's take a look at the race damage then of this truck and quit my yapping. Like I said, kind of like 3 donuts here, all on the left side. Little scuff as well by the first M on Bommarito. Probably a little dirt and grime. You can especially see that on the front end, kind of. It just looks a little dirty there, but overall pretty clean. Which is nice about these race version ones that don't win, because obviously these guys aren't going to do burnouts and whatnot. You get the Ryan Blaney treatment prior to when he used to do burnouts on these cars. Little scuff as well by the kind of the exhaust, not exhaust. Yeah, by the exhaust. Also, I was calling the jack hole though the exhaust. I don't know why I did that, but yeah. Anyways, it could just be exhaust actually, because I mean it kind of lines up with where the exhaust goes. Not completely sure. Little scuff again on the right quarter panel. On the rear end though, it looks pretty clean. Like I don't know what this little line is here. I don't know if that's damage or if that's just a mistake on Lionel's part, but otherwise it's a pretty clean race version. Just that little, I think honestly I don't even really notice these 2 scuffs at the rear too much unless I'm looking at the sponsors. I really just noticed the one that, you know, is on the white basically. Otherwise, very clean truck, and I'm glad. So if you can find a Jordan Anderson number 3 truck, whichever one it is, get it. Why wouldn't you? I think this one's the best one. Then I'd actually probably say the I Love Mac and Cheese one, assuming it says Jordan Anderson on it and not Bobby Reeves. It's probably a completely different name, and I'm just botching it. And then the 2021 truck. I just think the 2021 truck's a little too dark. You can't see the number. There might be a little yellow on there as well for some reason. I feel like I remember yellow. Anyways, that's it. Comment, like, subscribe. Do whatever you want. Just make sure the view count goes up. Yeah. Good night.